Good morning, children. Today in physics class, we are going to see the lessons in your book. Now, take your content page and mark from the chapter number 11, that is force and pressure, to chapter number 17, that is stars and solar system, as your physics chapters. So you have 7 chapters in physics. Today we are going to see chapter number 11, force and pressure. We will be dealing with the force and its type and the various effects of force we will be seeing in this chapter, my dear children. So first, what is force? In grade 7, we learnt about motion. What is motion? Whenever an object is moving and if it is not in the rest position, then the object is in motion. Now, what is the difference between motion and force? Force is the action done to create the motion. If I wanted to push a chair or pull a door, I apply a force, then only there occurs a movement. So, motion is the movement and force is responsible for the movement. Let us see some examples of force. Yes. Now, what is force? It is the action on an object leading to the movement. It may be a push or pull also. So, what are the examples for force? A force may create a movement as well as it can stop the movement. Example: lifting, kicking, pushing, pulling. All these are all forces. Let us consider in a football ground. How does the ball moves? When a player kicks on the ball is moved. So, the kicking action over there is your application of force. Okay. What does the goalkeeper in the football ground does? He stops the ball coming towards him. So can I tell that the force can also start the movement as well as it can stop the movement? If the goalkeeper is not forcing against him to stop the ball will be reaching its goal. So, in the same case, we saw where a player is kicking the ball, thereby creating a motion, and a goalkeeper in the ground also stops the ball's movement. So, a force can start as well as stop the movement. Okay. The next example is in a hockey playing ground. How does the ball gets moved? When the player hits the ball with the stick in his hand, only then the ball will move. So that action done by the player is giving a movement to the ball. This application of force by the player is an example. Okay. How do I drag a desk? I will apply all my energy to drag, to pull or push the desk. So that kind of energy, some work done by me is force. If I wanted to take a book also, I do some action. Only some kind of energy, some work is done to change the position of the book. The book is on the table and I am going to take it in my hand. So from the rest position, the book is given a movement. That is by the action done by me. So that is called as your force. Yeah, a horse pulling its cart. Only if the horse moves, only the cart will be moved. Otherwise, if there is no effort done by the horse, will the cart move? No. In your game of tug of war, both the players in both the team also will be pulling the rope so that the other team gets defeated. So the effort done by them, the action done by them is the example for forces. So the force is a physical quantity. It can change the state of motion of an object. It can state of motion. I'm not telling about only motion, state of motion. So what are the two states of motion? Rest position and movement. I can apply force to make an object move. Also, I can apply force to stop the object's movement. That is what I mean here as state of motion. There are two states of motion, rest and movement. Okay. The unit of force, the SI unit of force is Newton, indicated by the capital letter N. Newton's other unit is kg meter per second square. So always keep in your mind that the unit of force is Newton. Yeah. So these are these examples now, my dear children. Whenever a force is applied, the object will move. It can also stop the moving object. It can even change the direction of the moving object. This is what is happening in your football ground. When one player kicks, the ball will move in one direction. In between, another player comes and changes the direction of the ball towards his goal. So the force can change the direction also. Okay, my dear children. So, now in all these examples, we saw that for the application of force, there occurs a contact with the object. If there is no contact, will the force be applied? Now, consider the example that you are standing near a car which is struggling for the start. Now, the driver asks you to help by pushing the car. If you just go stand at the back of the car and stretch your hands, will the car move? No. You have to be in contact with the car and then do the action of pushing. That is only your force. So, for the forces to happen, you should have interaction with the object. You should be in contact with the object. Okay, my dear children. The next thing we are going to see is, now this is a desk. If I am going to push it, will the desk move? Yes, because I have applied a force to push the desk. Okay. Now, how much amount of force have I applied is my question. How do I know the amount of force, the level of force, the value of force applied to move the desk? We know the unit of force is in Newton. The value in which I express the force is called as magnitude. What is it, my dear children? Magnitude. Examples: 50 Newton, 100 Newton, 40 Newton. Newton is my unit. Whereas 40, 50, 100 are all my values. That values I give the name as magnitude. So if I wanted to move a desk, I will be applying a force of some amount. That value I give, for example, as 20 Newton. Now, along with me, my friend also pushes the desk and she too applies a certain amount of force, example 10 Newton. So, for this desk to move, I have applied two forces. The net force. What is the net force required to move the object? Net force is nothing but the total force. What is it, my dear children? Total force. Here I have applied two forces. I and my friend are trying to push the desk. So now the question will be, what is the net force? What is the total force applied to move the desk? The answer will be, you have to add it. 10 plus 20. So a net force in this case is 30 Newton. Okay, my dear children. So if this is of two types, same direction means you will add the forces, and different direction means you need to subtract it. Okay. Here in this example, if you see, both the forces are applied in the same direction. What will happen if I push the desk in the other opposite direction? That is, if another force is applied in the opposite direction, what will happen? That is the question. So, as per my rules, if the forces are applied in the same direction, I will add it. If they are applied in a different direction, I need to subtract it to calculate the net force. Here, if I am applying a different force, for example of 20 Newton in the opposite direction, what will be my net force, my dear children? For the second case, this is first case, this is second case. But then the net force will be 30 minus 20 is equal to 10 Newton. Understood, my dear children? Yeah. Let us see another example to understand the net force concept better. Now, this is another object where I will be having many forces. For example, here 40 Newton, here 30 Newton, and in the opposite direction I have a person pushing it. Okay. Now they are asking you to calculate the net force. What we should do? We should first add the forces in the same direction, and then we have to calculate the net force. If I see in this side alone first, I have two forces which are all acting in the same direction. So I will just add it. 40 plus 30 becomes as 70 Newton. And if I see in this direction, I have two forces acting in the opposite direction, but they both are in the same direction. 10 and 5 Newton are two forces, but they are on what? They both are acting in the same direction with respect to each other. So I will just add that both. 10 plus 5 is equal to 15 Newton. Now, can I draw the diagram as I have converted the four forces into two forces now, like 70 Newton acting in this direction and 10 Newton acting in this direction. Now I have made my work easier. Okay, so I have only two forces. These two forces are in the opposite direction. Again, I will apply the rule that if the forces are acting in the opposite direction, I will subtract it. So 70 minus 10 is equal to 60 Newton is my net force. Okay, my dear children. So let us see some practical examples for the net force. Example in your tug of war. You have two forces applied by both the teams in both the direction. They will be trying to defeat the other team and they will apply more force. So there is an opposite direction of force applied. So I will subtract the forces in that case. Okay, my dear children. If you find that net force is equal to 0, then I give a new classification of force as balanced force. Okay? If the net force is not equal to 0 and has some value like this 60 Newton, this has a value, the net force has a value. So that is an unbalanced force. Okay, example, consider the seesaw. The seesaw, this is your seesaw. Okay, if you place two child of equal weight, it will remain stable like this. It will be in the same stable position. But if it is of unequal weight, one will be up and one will be down. That is your seesaw. Okay. When there is equal weights placed means the seesaw will be stable. So, like now consider it. When this is a table, when there is two opposite forces of same magnitude, 40 Newton, 40 Newton. As per the rule, different directed force means I need to subtract. 40 minus 40 will become as 0. So if the net force is 0, it is balanced force. If the net force is not 0, then it is unbalanced force. Okay, my dear children, I hope you got a clear idea about your net force calculation. I will teach another example now. Okay, my dear. So, to calculate the net force, we will be considering the forces present in the object. The forces applied to the object. So, force is nothing but the action done to change the state of motion. Okay. What we do to calculate the net force, there are two rules. If all the forces are applied in the same direction, I will add the forces. If all the forces are applied in the opposite direction, then I will subtract the magnitude. Values means magnitude in your force chapter. You call it technically the values of force as magnitude. Okay. Balanced force means net force. Net force means nothing but your total forces applied to the object. If the net force is 0, it is balanced force. And if the net force is not 0 and if it has some magnitude, then it is your unbalanced force. Okay children, see you in the next class. We'll continue the remaining in the next class.